Hi, Heather.
Hey Dylan, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the Channel 8 podcast,
Free
Free Britney
Britney
2.0.
2.0. I love it. I love it.
We
It
have a
feels
lot
corny
to
but
talk
empowering at
about.
the same time. I know we do.
We have a lots of posts over the past couple days. Well, we had a sighting apparently. Um,
Yeah.
and then
Look
we
at
have
us laugh.
lots of commenting on that sighting happening.
Yeah.
Um, what
Excuse
was
me.
the first post that we got since the last time we spoke? Let me see.
So I went back and looked at the date. So we filmed on 110, right? That
Mhm.
was last Tuesday. And so on 1/9 was the first time that she put out that Coke outfit. So that was on Monday. I think we briefly talked about that because she said we were going to have seven. And we're like, what does that mean? Seven outfits or whatever?
Mhm.
So I guess the last time that we were on was 110 when she posted the white dress that had the little slit in the front with the long sleeves.
Yes.
So there was that one. And I cannot find the caption on that one. So I've been sick about it all morning because I've been trying. You don't happen to have that one, do you?
Let me see real quick.
Um, when she when she said seven, we're all like, seven what? Seven posts, seven outfits. So I guess we'll get to that as we go on.
Yeah, I think
That's
I
gonna be
think that's
important.
honestly where we left off on the last pod,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay. So
which
110, she go ahead.
which piggybacking on the Coca-Cola outfit,
Yes. Oh,
um we had noticed that it's the same outfit from a time that she was in Mexico. Was it
oh
Mexico?
yes,
And
Mexico.
because a lot of people had pointed out that that it looked like it was rolled down or kind of like tucked in a
Mm-hmm.
certain way to make it into like a crop top bandeau sort of situation. And
Mm-hmm.
the picture of her in Mexico wearing that same outfit, you could see where there was a neck part that goes around, but there's no Coca-Cola logo on there. So that totally just throws the whole thing.
But it could have been like turned inside out or something, right?
I
Or
thought that
maybe they
too. Or maybe they added on the Coca-Cola logo, or it was
yeah, Alan Aston, who's like went to college for audio and digital tech stuff. And I know you guys are really schooled in that too. You guys were all kind of speculating, like, wonder if it was just Coke on there, like put on there.
like
So
it could
that's
have
an
been
option
photoshopped or it could have been
too.
like
Right.
vinyl pressed onto it. I don't know, but it's very strange that it's
That sounds like
there,
something that would be like kind of beneath Brit, but I mean, I don't know.
right?
She's pretty hometown. She would take it.
Right. I mean, I have a
Um,
cricket machine.
it's not beneath me at all, believe me. um, I'll do it.
But I did think that was
That
interesting because the outfits look so similar.
So, can we take a side note on Mexico real quick, actually?
Absolutely.
So, I did another deep dive into April, and we've been thinking that they got married in Maui in April. However, I don't think that's the case at all because in the beginning of April, she's in Mexico. She's at this resort called Rosewood in what is it called? What's that? Playa del Carmen? What's that? Oh
Playa del
gosh.
Carmen.
Thank you. Yes, that's where it's at. And she's there. And the white outfit that Sam is in on April 7th post, which we've said, ooh, I wonder if that's a casual wedding, outfit or whatever. Vicky T is there. She's got all this like white chipped nail polish that is interestingly in all of these new Maui posts. That's why it was like, okay, did you start at Mexico and then go to Maui? But anyways, yeah, we're kind of thinking that maybe she got married in Mexico and then possibly went to Maui. We're still trying to figure that out, but that's huge because up until now we have been thinking that she was just in Maui in April. And we don't and obviously the wedding is speculation too. We have no proof of that. We're just like looking into that and thinking and trying because it seems like if we figure out April, we can figure out how this applies to June and possibly even July, which might have been the last time that we saw like real time footage of Brit, in
Mm-hmm.
Mexico or whatever. So, anyways, I just wanted to add that in about Mexico
Yeah.
because that's a huge like change.
Yeah.
That's very apparent. And she talks about it and it's kind of like stamped in there. We're in Mexico. So,
And she's been
however,
telling us to look at her nails in cryptic ways for a
yes,
while now. Like, come on, get it. Like, look at my
I
nails.
really exactly. Yeah, and they're the same white short natural nails. Believe me, if you go to her post starting in April, you will see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is when Jason Alexander, he has like a YouTube of, there's still a YouTube out there of when he crashed the wedding, right? In June. And he talks about on there how he was in Hawaii when Sam and Britt were there announcing their pregnancy, which was April 11th. So does that
11th.
mean that they were in Maui by the 11th? So anyways, just all this stuff coming together and trying to figure out the timeline, because these current posts where she's in the Coke outfit, the white dress, the brown outfit, they all look like they're from the Four Seasons in Maui.
Mm-hmm. That
So,
carpet, you can't deny that carpet.
and that closet in the background.
Yeah.
And it's the same nails as what was in Mexico. So it seems like they just went boom, boom, boom.
Mm.
Okay. So that's going to tie into all of our posts. I just wanted to put that out there that we talk about. So, yeah, very interesting about all that and trying to figure that out. So if anybody has suggestions, we'll tell you how to get to us at the end.
Right. Yes. So the next post we got, or the most, okay, so we did the
One
Coca-Cola, we did that one.
112 or 111. What is it? Coke again. So it was Coke, white dress,
Coke.
Coke again. Right.
Yes. Let me pull up
And
my
then on
iPad.
113 was the brown outfit, which is the brown butterfly top,
Yeah, where
which,
she's the same hair,
yeah, same nails,
same
same carpet,
nails, that Wailea
same
resort
closet.
carpet.
Yeah. um, yeah, I do have a contact, and this is complete speculation here, but I do have a contact in Hawaii that like reached out to me, and we've been talking ever since I've been doing research and stuff and making videos. And she has realtor friends, and apparently, like I guess it's tight knit in Hawaii because everybody knows everything over there. And apparently, Britney has not really been taking advantage of her Maui property. But that doesn't
Hmm.
mean anything because she could stay at resorts. I mean, I feel like there's tons of videos where she's been in resorts, not her
Yeah,
house. So,
she, yeah, that's so true. She's always at a resort in
isn't that
Hawaii.
interesting? That's odd
Huh.
because she does have property there, right?
And her even the house in like the Poopy Mansion right now, like a lot of people are saying is like the one in, you know which one I'm
California,
talking about.
yes.
Even that one, a lot of people are
Poopy
saying
mansion.
it's not being maintained and it looks, I mean, even at one
Yes,
time Sam showed a video of something and
the yoga mat
the
outside
yoga mat was outside,
that they
like all
used to do yoga
covered
in. Yes.
covered with leaves and dirt, and like the property just looked unkempt.
Well, that would make sense why, like, if she's not there, like that they don't even have their yard people there, because they don't want anything getting out.
Right.
So it probably is unkept. And he was staying at the new house. That's why I was like, dang, when they saw this new house, he's got to go back to the old one.
Exactly. So
So
after the brown shirt post is when we got news that she was spotted out eating at Joey in Westwood.
yeah, okay, the 114 was okay, yeah, because there were two posts on 114, but we felt like that maybe they were teen conservatorship, not Brittany. And then it goes into TMZ where you're at right now. So on 115, the TMZ article and video came out that of like a sighting of her. Oh, I'm gonna let you take this one over. It just aggravates me so much. And
First of all,
what they claimed her as and everything.
it's important to like note that like TMZ has always just been like an entertainment source, not a news
Mm-hmm.
source, and they've always been branded as an entertainment source,
Mm-hmm.
not a news source. Saying
Interesting.
putting that out there, um,
Mm-hmm.
the audio is there's speculation that the audio has been tampered with.
Mm-hmm.
People have played it in
Like in
reverse.
reverse.
Yeah,
Yes.
people have played it in reverse and slowed it down a little bit, and you can totally hear legible words being spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the original video, it's really hard to make out anything, and that's why they're going with the narrative of babbling.
And
Um,
manic.
and
Manic is the word that
manic.
they use. Disgusting. Yes.
And then we're starting to get reports of, people that were in the restaurant saying Sam just went to the bathroom and Brittany was just talking to the waiter.
Yeah, but
There's
like how many reports? Because I only heard of a waiter, which I think is probably hired. I
true.
mean, how many other people? Like, we haven't gotten any other video, which is weird. Are you gonna tell me
It's so
like
annoying.
Brittany is the thing right now, whether you are into it or not? You gonna tell me she walks into that restaurant and there's only maybe one video of her, especially if she was talking gibberish, by the way. But
Mm-hmm.
just in general, And then you're going to tell me that no paps got her
No
anywhere on the way there or
paparazzi.
two.
And there's like that building is built for paparazzi to be able to like,
Yeah.
because and Trisha Paytas, an influencer, showed that. She showed
Hmm.
how much of a sidewalk there is to like, there would be pictures. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, there's no way.
From
It's
people in the restaurant and people and like paparazzi and stuff.
outside. I mean, everyone wants to see Britney. So how did she get to that restaurant without a single shot? I mean, a paparazzi would go crazy for a picture, even if she had a bag over her head to protect
Yeah.
herself. You know what I mean? They would still get
Yeah.
that shot just because it's her.
Yeah. Well, and then that led us to two conclusions was, well, what this was grainy video again, very hard to tell. So it was
Hmm.
like, well, was that a double since it was from afar, or was this old footage? And I
I
really
think it's
think that it is
old.
Britney after talking
Yeah.
to you. Yes, it sounds like her. You know her mannerisms. You're like
And her
catching them as you're
pinky,
watching.
I always look at the
Yes,
pinky. She has like her
like a crook,
pinky kind
like
of
that, the
comes
way
in
it
a
does
little
that.
bit,
Yes,
and I
I noticed
always
that.
look at the pinkies. So, and when
Oh,
she holds up her hand, she has the pinky, and I'm like, oh, that
oh, and you just saw it the whole time. As soon as you said it, you were like, guys, I don't think that this is fake. I think this is her. I'm feeling her all over. And I was like, okay, well, let's consider that this is old then.
it has to be.
Because yeah, it has to be. And but here's the kicker.
Mm.
We caught a still of her holding the menu. And guess what nails she has on? The white
Da
the
da da
white
da.
natural nails. Now they weren't chipped at this time. They started chipping when she was in the pool at the beginning of April with and what was that? 21 or 22? April of 22. Um so they started chipping like around the time that you see her in the pool with Vicky T. So my thing is, did they go to Joey's and then to Mexico and then to Maui? That's all I can figure right now. I'm still
Right.
investigating, but
Well, apparently she was getting tattooed in Maui while she was having dinner at
oh,
Joey's.
no, that is so confusing because actually the tat oh god, we got to get into that later. I can't even. I don't want to confuse people right now. Let me write
I
that down
know.
because I forgot to write down the tattoo stuff because we got to finish this TMZ stuff first and Sam with his crazy story that he
Yes.
let out.
So yeah. So where did we leave off?
TMZ and then the video
The
and how we
next
thought.
and the next day is when she had posted on Instagram. They
Oh,
told me I couldn't. That's why I did. And we were
actually, I think it
wondering.
was the same day. It might have been the next morning. So TMZ came out with the article, and then it was either same day or next morning. She had the post where "Natural Born Killers" was in all caps. I don't know if you want to read that because that's a really pivotal. And I can do it if you don't want to, but that's a really pivotal caption where she debunked TMZ. Yeah, so that's what I said on 114. She did two posts that we were wondering if it was T-Con, but technically we could have talked about that symbol one because that
Yeah,
could have been her.
that's
So we
that's
might
one,
want to,
and that's the one that's okay. So yeah, going to that
but
post.
let's back up real quick. Before she did the post where she blasts TMZ, she lets out this symbol, right? And where I originally thought it was TCON, team conservatorship, because if you know, they're all claiming that we're conspiracy theorists, and if you are into conspiracies at all, this spiral symbol, usually blue, means something. And I thought that, and I have implemented like a media project. So I was like, oh my God, they're just trying to get us to talk conspiracy. However, I'll let you take over with what we found out about that.
Yeah, someone had put it through the Google Lens, which finds
Mhm.
things, and the first result was the Four Seasons Resort at Wailea.
It's there. It's
It's
in like the
there.
lobby or something.
Yeah.
So I feel like she gives us clues and confirms us. And I know that sounds crazy to people who believe that she has nothing to do with it, but this is how I relate with her. And I think this is why people are interested in us who do consider that her voice is in these messages. So take it for what it's worth. But I feel like that could have been because we do a lot of lives together and we do a lot of videos and we talk about how we're going back and forth in our ideas. And sometimes I feel like she throws out nuggets to confirm which direction we should be going. I know it sounds nuts, but that's just where I'm at.
Right. No.
So
That,
I feel like she's like trying to be like, yes, guys, yes, Four Seasons, you know?
mhm.
So yeah,
It's very like, yeah, it does feel confirming. I mean, how else? That's so random. It's not a coincidence that Google Lens picks up the Four Seasons of Wailea instantly when you see that. It's like,
I
come on,
know.
like,
I know. So then Then it gets into um what is it? 1:15. I think 1:15 is when the TMZ video came out that we just discussed. And then that evening, she lets out a really fun caption, and I will read it. She says, I watched Natural Born Killers this morning, and damn, I got enlightened. And holy smoke, shitballs. I'm sure I brought a billion smiles to me looking like Shrek at a restaurant. Even my best friend couldn't wait to send it to me. They don't think twice because we're all natural born killers. I know the news is all hyped about me being a little drunk at a restaurant. It's like they'll be watching my every move. I'm so flattered they talk about me like a maniac and then have the balls to talk about all the negative things that happened in my past. Honestly, it would be safer for me to compliment this world and fuck up because if I become a prophet and don't create history, we might have something, y'all. I'm just kidding, but it's good though. It's a good thought. I know y'all are rooting for me and I'll make sure. Wait, I know y'all are rooting for me and all, and make sure you check out the shocking Shrek picture of me. I was like, damn, that's horrific. Yet there were two pics where I was actually normal. Either way, honestly, I know everybody gives a flying fuck what I do. Sorry. I'm just bored writing this paragraph like a damn idiot. I just feel like I see her like in those
Yeah.
interviews from the paparazzi where she's like, duh, of course. You guys are so
Right.
right. I'm a drunk and I'm pregnant. I just feel like she's messing with
Yes.
everybody.
Yes, this is total like, and people that don't understand Britney, like the way she talks, like this is how she talks. Like
It is.
when
She's a smart ass.
she is,
It's just fun with it.
she's very ironic and she's very sarcastic and she
Yeah.
likes to play on like what the pop she's always liked to play on what the paparazzi say about her or what
Mm-hmm.
in this moment TMZ is trying to say about her. She's basically telling us
Mm-hmm.
that they're flipping the story
They're full of it. Yep.
and they're full of it.
So there's a lot of words that are in all caps, and I don't think we've discussed that. And I won't get into it too much because you guys can find our TikTok videos where we talk more about this stuff if you want to. But we do have some theories, and a lot of people do that when she capitalizes words, that it is sending out its own message. Now, whether that's to us or communication with other people has yet to be said. Sometimes I think it's communication with other people, and I will never tell because I don't want to ruin that if it is. But there's a lot of that. And Natural Born Killers is one of the capitalized phrases. And that's like a movie where it's like a couple that's taking down something bad, right? I never saw it,
I've
but
never seen it.
yeah, but
When
it was
was
like apparently, go
it
ahead.
just hit me. When was I'm trying to go back on her Instagram right now. When was the post where she's doing the holy shit balls?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. And I don't know. I would have to do
I'm
some
going
research.
right
I bet,
now.
I wonder if it's just something fun she said or if she wanted us to reference that
I'm wondering if
because
that's one
she's
of her
really
little
cryptic like that.
yeah, I'm wondering if that's one of her little timestamps.
Because honestly, when she was in the brown outfit, when I say brown outfit, I mean brown butterfly shirt. If you don't know what I'm talking about with a brown butterfly shirt, there was a time where she was dancing around in pink bikini bottoms and a white butterfly shirt. And there's a really, really cryptic caption that I have broken down so many times and so many others have. And there's a line in there that I am certain, all speculation, is telling us that current husband is not good for her and that she realized at some point. So that's interesting to me. I wondered if that was a reference. I mean, you just never know with her.
Right. She's cryptic. Our girl's cryptic.
And patient, like you say, and she loves the game of cat and mouse.
Mm-hmm.
And she's on a mission right now. I mean, sometimes this feels planned, like it was
I
planned out,
had
not,
I
you
have
know?
thoughts about that, because we entertain every idea and every
Yeah.
theory. I do have thoughts sometimes that like, what if they're fucking with us?
Yes. Oh my God. I literally just said that this morning to our little group chat. And I was like, or I said it to somebody, and I was like, it's very possible that this is just TCon trying to get attention, trying to continue this attention while they're either working on her or covering something. And that they've had this all planned and that they keep going and messing with it. I mean, it's very possible. It is very possible. But at the same time, when I start thinking about like not covering her again, because I feel like I relate to her possible voice, it makes me feel bad. I'm like, no, I don't want to take that away if that really is her voice, you know?
Right. That's why we have to entertain all theories because
Yeah.
anything's possible. And they could be just wanting us to think that they're fucking with us just to throw us.
And they do sometimes. Like we didn't talk about one of the posts on 114 because I think we're all kind of like, oh, I think that's team conservatorship, whoever her team is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So she called that out. And then where are we at?
And so then we get a response on Sam's story. Um, should I just play it?
You should play it.
Yeah, so you could hear her. Yeah.
And I
Oh
feel bad for
yeah.
people who don't have the video. So,
Oh,
and so this came out last night, which was 117.
All right, so the best thing about the TMZ video to me personally, I'm starving, was the pasta. What if I jump from one table to the next in the video and I ate the pasta? Would be hot.
Like a cat.
Yeah, I got what I wanted.
and she's
Mm.
got this cat filter on that hasn't even been on Instagram in
Mhm.
forever.
Mm-hmm. So first of all, let's just start at the beginning. Why would this have come out 2 days later? I guess we were supposed to think it was current or something. Like, he TMZ video came out. What is it? The next day, him and TMZ plant where they catch him and
Oh
talk to
yeah,
him. And
we
I
skipped
know I
over.
forgot about that.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, so much happened.
I know. So like they like catch him in the parking lot and he's like fake getting off a phone again. Is that right?
Yeah, with 2 watches.
With 2 watches, branding deals. I gotta take my sweater off. I'm getting hot about this.
He's really timely. Like
Oh my god. He's not very good at acting.
no.
And then has his whole song and dance about how he was not leaving her and he was just going to the bathroom or something.
What stood out to
So
me was what does he say? That's the price you pay, or that's the comes
yes.
with it's so cringe. How did he word it? It's just so like, he thinks he's such a celebrity. He
He's just
thinks in
not
his head,
authentic, and it's easy to tell. And sadly, it's easy to tell.
and
Yeah.
it's so nasty, like just seeing him put himself in the same like
Mm-hmm.
realm as these other big A-list celebrities, like their colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-uh.
But I gotta say, him putting out this story, because so apparently it's a Snapchat filter. And one of our research mates was able to find an old video from 2017, actually, where her and Sam were on there. Did you see that? Where her
Mm-hmm.
and Sam were on there with the cat filter. Now, I haven't been able to look further into that, so I can't speak too much on it. But I gotta say, I usually we try to take devil's advocate on Sam, even though I don't really like to, because all signs point to bad. But this one is kind of nailing the coffin a little bit for me, because I'm like, unless he's just super, 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 what's the word, forced to play along with this, the fact that he's just like putting out that kind of content to me, like, just shows that he has no good intentions to go that far to do that and plan with him. I mean, I don't know. He could be completely forced. It's possible.
Right.
But
I think that too. Like, yeah, to play devil's advocate, like his family does have a transport company. What if Britney said, "Oh, I could utilize that to get away from this greater force that's controlling
mhm.
me, like this industry run
Or
conservatorship?" Or
what if he got into the contract and now he can't get out and they force him to do the same thing that kind of like Britney had to for years? I mean, we don't know.
yeah, their whole relationship
I know that's
past
not fun
like
to think about, but
it's not, but like their whole relationship after a certain point, it just kind of shifted and just turned. It just
it
looks
did.
very PR. It looks very fake.
Well, that's on that white butterfly top. That's exactly where she talks about. She says the second year in, and I think it was 2018, and
Mm,
that's also when didn't they put her in a facility in 2018, or was that
mm.
2019?
19. It was the top of the
Okay.
year though. So yeah.
So I think there was some changes that started happening in 2018, because there's a really cryptic line that says like 2 years in, my feet grew younger and I wanted to run. And it bothered me for the longest time. And there's a lot more to that post, but I think it's telling that things might have shifted for them
Yeah,
around that
because
time.
I do believe she did love him at one point,
I do
because
too.
Brittany falls for men easily. Like, and people always gave her
Girl, I
like
do too.
flack.
I can't lie.
I get it. People always gave her flack for when she was like dating Adnan Galib and when she dated, Sam, the
Mhm.
older Sam.
Mhm.
Um, but I always said to people, I put it in this perspective. I say, when you're going to high school, you hang out with people that you know because that's your circle. If you're surrounded
Yeah.
by paparazzi 24/7, that becomes those people are human
Yeah.
and they become your
Yeah.
circle. They become
Exactly.
like your dating pool. So I never thought it was strange that she would date paparazzi or stuff like that, because
Yeah.
that's the only people she was surrounded by.
Well, also her whole world was in the industry since she was like 10 years old. So I think to her, anybody that was different was appealing. And I think the Justin situation really hurt her. And I know how it has been with me when I've been out of a couple serious relationships. I kind of went like total opposite,
Right.
after that. So yeah, so yeah, I think she's always searching for authenticity outside the industry,
Yes.
which is sad. But anyway, so back to Sam and the cat story, right?
Yeah.
So he shares that, and he shared it I guess really late last night because I woke up to it this morning. We're at 1:18 now, guys. And um it's so interesting what came to mind first of all, and I know it did for plenty of others. Let me just tell you guys about this caption that is since been taken down.
There
We were
with the
so
one with
excited.
the compact mirror, I feel like.
Oh, then it was the white and yellow stripes. So it's been taken down then. So it was the white dress with the yellow stripes, but it has been, yes, look. So it's this one, but let me show you. Look, before it was before the tattoo one, and then she reshared it.
Yeah.
So it had that caption. Okay, so now we can get back
Yeah.
to that then.
Okay,
Okay.
so it was the one where she wore yellow.
Yeah, so we yeah, funny enough, we were on a live, like freaking out. We're like, oh my gosh. And we did mention, by the way, if she would wear yellow like a couple days before. So everybody's like, oh my God, she wore yellow. But I mean, who knows? Um, okay, so this white dress with yellow stripes, also in the Four Seasons hotel, like with the carpet, the closet. This comes out on, so that would be 116 then. And let's see. Yeah. Okay. So that was the day after the TMZ video. So 115 TMZ video comes out, right? 116, I'm going to read this post. And then 117, Sam's story with the cat comes out. Okay. So here's what she says on in between that. It's funny, somebody said I acted manic at a restaurant. Geez, all I can say is I was flattered the waiter brought me a sophisticated champagne glass for my Red Bull. I'm so fancy, y'all. Oh, well, I'm modeling this white dress because, well, it's kind of cool. And I was bored as hell, LOL. And I remember the transparent way the girl at my wedding danced her way to my man, putting her hands on his knee, then raising her hands to her neck with a heart. Guess it must be a new thing. I'd like to salute with my ass and my middle finger to this new thing and say, sup. PSS, would it be appropriate for me to put it in her man's face on her day? Damn, I won't put my hand on his. I can't see that. I might be a cat, is how it ends. I might be a cat and dot, dot, dot. That's literally how it ends. So TMZ article comes out or video. This post comes out the next day, and we're like, what is she talking about? I might be a cat. And then all of
Yeah,
a
we were
sudden,
so
last
confused.
night, yeah. And by the way, there's so much more to get into with that caption. And then last night, Sam's story comes out
On a
with them
cat.
in cat gear and talking about
Like a cat.
it's almost like she knew that this was coming
She knew,
and
it's
warned
like she
us.
knows which posts are like, it's like there's a
Yeah.
timeline, like who knows how far out it's like already planned that maybe she has to come up with captions for
Or,
each pre-planned picture.
mm-hmm. Or she saw what he let out. She knew it was old footage. She also remembered that they did this little video together. So she figured it was coming out too. So
Mm-hmm.
she could have been warning us in that sense too, right? Like,
Yes.
oh, so crazy. But there is a lot to break down on that caption.
Whew.
You were
That's
so awesome, by the way, on that live because in that video, she's dancing and doing all these moves, right?
so
And you
many
were doing,
symbols.
it
I
was
was
so
trying to
cute.
keep up. I was trying to keep up because
Oh
we
my
got
God.
like,
We're talking, and Dylan's quietly just doing the dance moves.
and it goes
And
on for so long.
it's so cute. And so, yeah, she does all kinds of symbols. And one of them was that heart symbol on the neck, up where
Yeah,
like her necklace is. And so we've been trying ever since to find out, like, was there somebody at the wedding that did that heart symbol? And we did also say we always do that on our lives, that
we
heart
do.
symbol around our neck. And so, but we, that's egotistical. We just, like live in fantasy world every once in a while.
We just take it as synchronicity. We take it as like
Right.
little like symbols that we're on the right track.
Because,
Is the transparent girl? I thought Paris Hilton because we all thought about the transparent hand
mhm,
going through her hair.
right. However, since all this new stuff has been uncovered about Mexico and then possibly getting married there, I'm wondering if this has something to do with Vicky.
Mm,
I know that sounds crazy, but and and I'm still developing that. So we don't have to like get into that, but I've really been diving into their Mexico trip. And I mean, so it either has to do with the April or it has to do with June. It seems like it would more have to do with June because there's so much transparent weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
I just had to bring in and put in my 2 cents.
I know. No, I like that theory that about it could be about Vicky because they were just so close, and all of
Vicky
a sudden it was
came
just
and
like
went so
boom.
fast.
Yeah, she was
Yes,
just like a fart in the wind. Like it was
I
just
know.
like,
And but by the way, why would she be an assistant? She had her own music career. Her
yeah,
dad is what in Sony, something huge. I don't know exactly what it is. Like it's almost like why would you be an assistant to Britney where you planted to be her friend and coax along some kind of narrative?
yeah. I did think
No,
that was very
that's where I'm
strange
at.
that like Vicky T
Yeah.
is her assistant. I'm like, what from Cobra Starship? Like what?
Yeah. I
What?
know. I
Like
knew right away too. I was like, this is weird, but okay, whatever. You guys and I just hit it off, and maybe she's just calling you her assistant,
right?
So
Yeah, that
I
whole
don't know.
situation. I don't know. I don't know. She could be helping. I don't know. I don't know if she tried to help too much. I don't know if she didn't help enough. I
Yeah.
don't know if she was a handler. Like at this
Hmm.
point, we're speculative of everyone that's in her circle because it's
Hmm.
so hard to get into that circle.
Yeah. And so this white dress with the yellow stripes was the same one that we've talked about that she modeled at her house with the banana purse at one time. Now there's different nails, I believe, on that one. So like that was just pure modeling at her house, I think. So I don't know if that was before or after or whatever. Because she says in here, I'm remodeling this dress. She also mentions in here though how she said the waiter brought me a sophisticated champagne glass for my Red Bull, as if she's talking about TMZ. However, when she was in Mexico with Cade and Vicky at one point, which I can't pinpoint exactly when that was, or maybe it was French Polynesia, I got to figure it out. She's drinking Red Bull out of a champagne glass.
Mm,
So, or some kind of glass, some kind of fancy glass. So, because, sometimes she just like will group together what she's trying to say with like a different story and you have to read into it. So that's possible too. So the point is she trying to draw our attention to people and things and places with that, right?
right. Her
Ugh.
relationship with drinking is also concerning because it's
Mm.
not concerning in a way like she's an alcoholic. I mean,
Hmm.
like sometimes she'll say like, "Oh, just drinking a Red Bull," and then like she said in the other caption, "Oh, I was just drunk having a fun time," or like it's like,
Like, which one is it?
yeah, which is
Yeah.
it? And then there's like from the past when she was like, "This is my first time at a bar," when she was with Vicky, and it
Yes.
was just like always thought that was so
Like, we
strange.
know that's not your first time at a bar, first of
Yeah,
all. Girl, we love you,
yeah.
but we know that ain't the first
And
time.
like she's like, "This is my first drink in a
But
while."
maybe
And I'm
she
like,
meant like
"What?"
15 years or whatever,
Yeah, I
maybe.
think, but it was just
Yeah.
very like the whole
It
like
was. It was odd.
she flips back
Very
and
odd.
forth with this narrative, and I wonder if it's like alluding to something else, or if it's like kind of
Yeah.
like the coffee thing, or like if it's a
Like
double
at
meaning.
first, yeah, the coffee is crazy. I still don't know what coffee is
Yeah,
exactly. I don't think I really honestly feel like that one is something like intense. I know that sounds weird. But at first, when I was looking over her Instagram stuff, I just kind of looked at everything separately. And now that we've come so far with investigating and piecing stuff together, I think all of it since um at least since June of 2022 has been there for a very specific reason and has been like hints and telling a story and leading to something. You talk about her having patience and that game of cat and mouse and stuff. And I just think about that all the time because this is a very long game. If
yeah,
this is true and this is what she's been doing, slowly exposing and hoping that people would catch on or something, then it has been a long game. And there's still it's getting more aggressive, but there's still pretty far to go. And TCon's getting pretty aggressive back in the way that they're like letting stories out in videos and stuff, which
yeah.
we're debunking easily, by the way, in case they're listening.
It's all coming to light. I saw a
Yeah.
creator side note. I saw a creator post something about just think about how Jamie Lynn, like if your sister was going through this, like why would you put yourself on a reality show going through struggles and then give up
Yeah.
after one day? And like it just seems
Oh,
so
is that how fast it was? One
she
day?
was on the first yeah, it was on the first episode. I didn't watch the thing, but she went home
Really?
very, very fast.
Whoa, I didn't realize it was that fast. I assumed she had been on for a few episodes. That's interesting. Hmm. Well, speaking of Jamie Lynn, this is
Ugh.
complete speculation.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me just say it though. Okay.
Ugh.
So, you guys know, especially if you watch me on TikTok, that I have this theory that Jamie Lynn might be one of the deep fakes, which is not a conspiracy, guys. That's being used to make some of this new Britney content. Well, there's been quite a few people who took the Remedy app that's so famous from Paris lately, right? That's
She
supposed to
dropped that
clarify
bomb.
pictures. She messed herself up. And they have been taking, there's a couple stills of Britney in that Sam story with the cat, where the cat face is not on her, and people ran it through the Remedy app, and
It's
darn,
Jamie
it
Lynn.
doesn't look like Jamie Lynn.
It looks just like
So
her.
I'm like, oh my god, this. I believe it.
It
Makes sense.
and you know what? It's funny.
And they have audio filters to do this kind of stuff too, you know?
Oh yeah, and she knows her sister. I'm sure she can imitate her very well.
Very true. And I think honestly, that's why she cries so hard, is because she is in her sister's shadow, because she has to be her sister all the time.
Oof.
Lately, at least. I'm just saying, speculation.
I know it is, but I get a certain ick sometimes when I see Jamie Lynn, and that video of the cat ears gives me an ick.
Yeah.
But I don't
there's
get that
something
ick feeling when I see Britney. So I don't, it's like an internal
Yeah.
feeling. I'm like, oh, does my
Yeah.
subconscious know something that I don't? Like, am
Yeah.
I looking at Jamie
You
Lynn?
especially just knowing mannerisms and recognizing that. So you especially, yes, I would trust that more than anybody.
This is all speculation and
Yeah,
theories
it
too.
is. It is, and
Because
it's theory. And I think people know that when they come here.
but it does.
I believe wholeheartedly that there's a lot of truth in some of the things that we uncover, but I
Yeah.
don't have the absolute proof. So we have to say that.
Right.
To
But
protect
I
ourselves.
did, like, when I saw that, whenever the remedy swiped over, I was like, that's JL. I was like, whoa.
I know. That's crazy though.
Body chills.
I know. Gosh. Oh,
Okay.
so this brings us to the tattoo.
Yes.
This catches us up.
You know what's stuck in my head?
I will let you lead this one. I will let you lead this because I'm mind blown.
My head has been stuck just saying tattoo time, tattoo time, tattoo time. It's like stuck on loop in my head. Tattoo time.
The thing is like a lot of people don't think, well, and some people in our group don't think that is her voice, and it very well may not be. But I guess I just feel like I could see her doing that accent, that really thick country accent, and just playing around, because the very last line actually sounds like her voice comes back out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm totally open to the fact that it may not be her or whatever, you know. Let's just reiterate.
It looks
that,
like a triangle. It looks like
Yeah,
a triangle because
okay.
we've seen it. We've noticed it in old posts and been like, did she like draw on herself? Because there's like a mark on her in that exact same
We've
spot.
thought maybe it was a bruise a lot of times.
Yeah, we're like, what is that little dot or whatever?
Mark or something. Yeah.
It looks very similar to her triangle tattoo on her right hand.
Yeah.
To me.
Well,
doesn't Selena have that same one too?
What? That would be nuts. Well, the odd thing is that white dress with the yellow stripes was put on, you know, the day before this tattoo one. And then after the tattoo one came out, she took down the white dress with the yellow stripes and reposted it as if she wanted us to pay attention to it. And darn, if you don't see a bruise or mark on her arm. Oh my gosh, she does. What is that? What is that?
It looks like just like an X, like
the Selena, by the way. If we're looking at Selena, does have a little tattoo on her arm too.
Oh, it's a 4. It's a 4.
Oh, it's a 4. What is that? So I wonder if she just got like, maybe Britney could have got a different number, you know?
That is, oh my God.
What does 4 have to do with Selena? Do you know?
I don't know much about. Oh, let's see here. It says Selena Gomez has matching tattoos of the number 4 to represent the unity between the 4 of her friends. And then she writes, number 4, because these women have stayed by my side for 7 years. 4, because you are the 4 best for my life. I love you, ladies. You all inspire me to be stronger, closer to God, and we have lived the most insane story together already. Can't wait for 50 more. So that was Selena talking about her tattoo in the exact same spot.
Well, now I want to go back and listen to that audio and see if I hear her say a number now, because I've been looking for words. Because there's a time where she said something like
baby
a couple
doll?
different things.
Does it sound like she says baby doll at one point? I was like, what does she say right there?
When I first heard it, I thought she was saying baby dot, and I didn't know because but now I want to know if like we can hear like
baby dot.
numbers.
Oh yeah, like just make a baby dot.
Oh yeah, especially because if that was in Maui when she was pregnant, because that was before the miscarriage was announced, which was in May, I believe. She announced pregnancy April 11th, by the way.
Hmm.
So, okay, so back to that post real quick. Do you want to play the audio so they can hear it?
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
I kind of love
Your
it.
audio is better than mine, so I'm gonna let you do it. And she's got on a yellow shirt again, by the way. She's let's set it up for people who don't know. She's in the hotel room, the Four Seasons carpet, same like blinds that look like the closet in the background. She's got messy kind of beds around her. She's in a yellow top, white shorts, and just standing there with the same white nails, by the way, guys. The
Hmm.
same white
Same
nails as
chipped white
everything, the
nails.
same hair. And then this tattoo guy comes over with a little tattoo gun as they're standing there. And you
Standing.
hear it. Yeah, standing there and just comes over. But the tattoo gun is running the entire time. You'll hear it. Okay, now we've set it up.
And it's, oh yeah, here we go.
Tattoo time. Tattoo time. Tattoo time. One day I'll figure it out. Good night.
You're like, whoa, that was
Look. Baby door. Cool. Down. Okay. Very cool.
I don't hear the tattoo gun, which is weird because I normally do.
I heard it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. Maybe just like from my end, I couldn't hear. But the
But
tattoo
he
gun's running the
walks
whole time.
at her with a tattoo gun running. That's if he's a professional
That
tattoo
is
artist.
weird.
That is very
Which he is.
strange. Yeah,
Because
he is.
people
You
have
found
found
him.
I didn't. Somebody found it and sent it to me.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is that he tagged that Britney Spears came in on December. It was December something. I've got to find the date. But it was in December of 22. So that's not April. So I'm really confused.
So
Unless
people were
she's just
wondering if
if
she's
she's
lip
gone and
syncing an
stayed or something.
audio or
Yeah.
like if this was like someone recorded audio, Kroll, or then they all have a lot of audio
Yeah.
on her.
Well,
If this,
because it's not matching up with her lips too, right?
yeah.
Like it's not
Yeah,
I'm
somebody
not good
pointed
at
out where
noticing
it doesn't
stuff.
look like she's actually saying that. So that is another theory, like that's a
Yeah,
lip
one of our
sync.
research mates, Alan Aston, is an actual audio engineer. And then you and Ashlyn are very skilled in just finding that stuff. I'm not at all. You guys will tell me what to listen for, and I'm like, I don't hear it. I'm just not. I'm detective and like pushing for rallies. That's all I am. So, but it's yeah, it doesn't. The lip singing does not match up. So, and also Alan actually, she has a really good video if somebody wants to watch it on TikTok. She really gets into the background and how it sounds like people are moving around on some kind of wood floor and that there's more people around, and then just the way the acoustics happen, nothing
Yeah,
matches
it
up.
doesn't sound like the audio doesn't sound like it's in that hotel room. It just sounds like there's stuff going on.
If that's true, then that means
And was there
that
10 people in that
this
hotel room? Like,
if that's true, but she's saying the cart like there's no way that the acoustics would be that way with carpet, that it would
yeah.
have to be some sort of hard floor, which in the picture that someone sent to me of the tattoo artist where he has tagged Britney Spears in December, in his studio is a hardwood floor and everything. And she's
Mm.
like, oh, that would make sense. She's, still speculating and digging into it. But so that, I mean, if that's true, then that means they're using some AI technology there, like green screen or something, changing something in the background, which is weird to me. I don't
Yeah,
get
it's
that.
weird. And I was even
We're
looking,
still figuring this out.
I was looking like when he goes over like to do it, I was looking at his glasses and the reflection in his glasses, and you could see the
Oh,
stuff behind. It looks like they're in that hotel room. That's why I'm like, what is going on here?
really? So you see that in the glasses
You can
then?
see like, yeah, you can see the reflection of the rest of the hotel room around. So I was like, huh, is this like some really good AI shit, or like what is
That's
going
really
on?
weird. I don't get any of it. Like I said, that's not my specialty. So that I'm just kind of like watching as it unfolds with you guys. I'm more working on the words and the timeline of everything. And this has thrown a wrench in things that
Yeah.
she was tagged in December
In December.
as coming in.
And that was
So
December of 22, like just
it was.
recently.
I'm gonna find it again. Yeah. Okay, December 16th, 2022. We
Oh,
might have let at Britney Spears walk out of our shop, but when the deadliest Captain Jake Anderson, and then it goes on. I don't have the rest of the thing on me right now. So he came in, and I guess they kind of like pushed him to the front. But the weird thing is that she's always talking about having nerve damage on her right side, and that
mm,
was her right arm. And the bruise that's in the white dress that was reposted after this tattoo video is on the right arm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, is she just trying to refer to something different? I don't know. I don't know.
It seems just
What?
like she's time stamping to me. It just
Yeah.
seems like she's trying to say, go back and
Well,
look at.
what do we need to know about Hawaii and December is where this leaves me. So
Mm,
I will definitely have my work cut out for me the next few days and figuring that out, because I don't think she's discounting. I don't think she's telling us, no, none of this happened in April, because it's clear with the nails, the hair, the carpet, everything else that's matching up that she was in Hawaii in April, and then
mm-hmm.
other accounts and sightings and stuff like that. But obviously there's something else that happened in December, and I'm really surprised to hear that, because wow, wait, I just thought about something. So leading up to Christmas, she was letting out all these posts that said that basically that she was going to expose something, or something was coming Christmas Day. And we all were like, wow, I wonder if something's going to come out Christmas Day. And nothing ever really did, except for Jason Alexander shared an old video from April when he was at Walia in Hawaii. And that's all there ever was. And then she was kind of silent until like right around New Year's, I think, or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then stuff started coming out. So something happened that she wants us to know about. This is literally like not even a month ago. This is just hitting me. I just haven't really
Mm-hmm.
had time to process that yet. This is probably pivotal.
And the
I know. I
nails.
see you thinking too. No, I don't think that. I'm not saying I think that
I'm like,
actual video was in December. I'm not
right,
saying I
right.
think that actual video is, but something happened, and something about a
And
tattoo.
why would she go into the shop, but then it's in the hotel room and it's the same guy? It's so
Well, maybe those are
confusing.
two different accounts.
Mm.
Maybe that happened in April, and maybe because we've only seen reused footage since the
Do you
wedding.
remember like that one tattoo that came out when she was in French Polynesia, I think, where she had the tattoo on her ribs?
Oh yeah, people were saying that that might be like a clear tag. So I never was for sure about that. But yeah, it was like a barcode or something.
We haven't really
So that
seen
could
that
be a new
that
tattoo.
part of her
Okay,
since.
yeah.
She's always kind
Well,
of had that covered.
again, have we haven't seen current footage of all of her like that since probably around the wedding,
Uh-huh.
if that was even current. So we wouldn't have seen these tattoos if she has new tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really interesting. But it could be two different count. It could be that that happened in April, and then maybe she did go back in December and they turned her away. I don't know. Very interesting. This is developing as we're going.
Yeah. My
Yes, brains on overload. I'm feeling you, and I see your face just thinking about
I'm
everything.
just like,
You're thinking
whoa.
so hard when you get quiet. Your eyes go up to the
I know.
side, and you're just so
Yes.
quiet. You and I see all the wheels turning.
I'm such a gazer when I think. I'm just like
Yeah,
zone out.
yeah, I get that way too.
So what is the next
So
post?
I think no, just that she reposted that white dress
Yeah,
with the yellow. So that's and I
making the
was
symbols, the hand symbols.
yeah. And so she reposted that, and that's what, so there's some tying in there that she wants us to know, and we'll be spending time on that. And I was looking to see. So we're caught up on the posts.
Yeah, it's almost like she reposted that to say, like, guys,
Mhm.
they deleted that because I said the cat thing. So, like, go back
Yes.
and remember that caption. Like,
Yeah.
she's saying, like, look back at that caption, even though it's
Yeah.
deleted. She knows we have the captions.
Yeah. There's so much to that. And the fact that the bruise is kind of in the spot where her tattoo would have been, like on that white dress video. Like, I'm so confused about all that. I got to figure it out. But I think that pretty much catches us up on our stuff, unless is there something else that happened outside of post? Anything else? I think that was it.
We have
We're just
Cover
fighting
Britney
T-Con.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, fighting T-Con narratives. And then so um so we have Cover Britney Tuesdays, which is like a new media project. So one thing that we don't have in this movement that they had in the first one was media coverage. And we do have some friends in the media industry as news anchors, and they're like, it's because we're pretty much thought of as conspiracy theorists, which is another reason that TCON likes to throw us out narratives to keep us looking like conspiracy theorists. So
Mm-hmm.
try not to go along with that if you if you don't want to. That would be helpful. But anyways, so I'm like, you know what? We're just going to push back anyways. And our news anchor friend, I don't know if I got to tell you what he told me, but he said, he actually put out a video and said, it's not that news doesn't cover stuff that's thought of as conspiracy. Like there's been other things. He said, so it's just a matter of pushing it. So our Cover Britney Tuesday is exactly that. It's pushing it. It is basically we have a list of anchors and news outlets that we are reaching out to one day every single week, which is Tuesday, which is why our podcast has moved to Wednesday, because this is a project every Tuesday. And we will have instructions on a Google Drive link on the link in my bio, which will probably be in the information slot here, right? And so it will have instructions on for every Tuesday of graphics and like a little caption, and then you want to tag me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. And so we all, as a unified motion, power and numbers, tag this one particular person each week to try to get noticed. And the reason that you tag me is because I've reached out to all of them ahead of time with a very professional letter of concern, the same one that I've sent to, that I've put out there that you can use as a template to send to elected officials if you want, for Britney. It's also on a Google Drive link in there. So this week we did JB Bueno, which is out of WFLA in Florida, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he responded pretty fast. So
Right.
you were utilizing Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And I think it was about like 1:30 or 2:00. He finally tweets. Do you have the tweet? It was sweet.
He tweeted both of us too, like separately as well.
Oh, really? I didn't even get to go through that and see that. I need to go see that. Let me go look.
I'm
I
pulling up
didn't
his
see that.
Twitter.
I have too much on the socials to go through and see what. This is why I say, like, I don't even know what all my haters say. I don't have time to even see what they say. And apparently they come at me.
Yeah, he said, he said, "Hi, Brit Advocate, so that your Twitter.
Oh,
Thank you for thinking of me. Wanted to respond to you directly. I'm in Florida and normally don't get assigned to stories such as Britney Spears. However, the WFLA team is always listening to stories that I or we should be covering."
I want to give a huge shout out to someone who started as a follower. Her name is Rebecca. I won't give out any more personal information of hers, but she helped come up with this idea and is making all the graphics and is so helpful and so sweet. And we build a lot of relationships with our followers, because this is not about like us being leaders. This is, we're just giving this a platform for everybody to talk about. So we
Mhm.
love it. We love meeting with everybody and love all the stuff that you guys send to us. So he did give a link that you could, on his tweet, that you could submit stories to. Now, this makes sense because our news anchor friend, and I just don't want to say his name because I don't know if he wants it out there, but respect his privacy. But he did tell me that morning, he's like, look, I think this is amazing what you're doing, but I want you to know that sometimes you have to go around the news anchors, because you have to get through like the executives and producers and things and get them to approve it. And so he said, try to reach out for them too. And then JB responded and he said the exact same thing and confirmed it. So, but just the fact that he vindicated responding to us to let us know that we were seen and heard, like I have goosebumps again talking about it, because
Yeah.
this is new, that we are starting to make calls of action instead of just sitting around and talking about it on socials.
Yeah,
And
and he
it feels so
retweeted you
good.
too.
Did he? Oh my
Yeah, he
gosh.
retweeted something that you posted.
But we were two people that we had offered to be tagged, and that is for the very important reason. So that, listen, we want to get coverage in a certain way, not just any coverage. This is why it's important to stick to one day on these calls of actions that we like ask you to do with us. And listen, you can do stuff on other days, that's fine. But we're trying to really create this unified call of action on certain days so that we can show that you can take us seriously. We want you to see that, we want you to realize that there's important things to cover, things that are not just conspiracy or jokes, which is all that's getting out there if it is covered on the news now, and making jokes and mockery of us and everything, which doesn't hurt my feelings. It's just not helping anything. And so also by tagging me or even Dillan, this gives these people a sense of who they can reach out to. And then they can look when they go to like reach out, they're going to see that they received a message with a really professional letter of concern. And like I said, you can go to the Google Drive link and you can click on it and see what it looks like. So you can see exactly what I've written these people. So I have really high hopes. And so we're going to do this every single Tuesday. And
I mean, this
just
I would
because
say,
JB said no, go ahead.
yeah, I would say this first one was a success. Honestly, we were
Amazing.
noticed. Yeah, so I have really high
And not
hopes
all
for
of them
this.
may feel that successful, but just because somebody says no right away doesn't mean that it's a no forever. And also, I'm okay with this project because no's don't bother me.
Hmm.
They don't bother me at all. Like if I want to do something, I will continue, even if you
Yeah.
tell me no. So
And I love that. We need that because I see a lot of comments in on TikTok of people saying, "I'm so tired. I'm over this," and like
I mean,
they're
I'm
just
human. I
giving
feel
up.
yeah, we feel that way too, but
Hmm.
I try to target that into our small group. I don't want people to hear us feel that way, but it's a normal
Hmm.
reaction. And so, and I know for me, when I put it out there to you guys, I just need to externally process it. And then I get up because that's what I've done since I was little. Like it brings me back to when I taught myself how to play cello and I got so good I was able to apply for the state orchestra. And my fingers were like bruised, they were hurting. I would like throw my bow down. I would be so freaking mad and say I was going to quit every time I threw it down. And then I'd pick it up 5 minutes later and start again. And that's exactly what I do with this Britney situation. I throw a
Hmm.
tantrum and then I was like, okay, let's try again, Britney.
Yeah, you have to. You have to feel those emotions so we don't suppress them, you know?
I know. Sorry, I just got off on a tangent there.
No, it's fine.
Okay, but I do want to also say this is super, super important because Free Britney Friday is the other important day that we're doing. And this is led mostly by Andrea Benedetto over on Instagram. And she's very nice and has been covering Britney for quite a while. And so basically, the focus is just pretty much Instagram and Twitter, but mainly Twitter and trying to hit trending hours and just the trending categories on Twitter. And that one is reaching out to politicians. So mine is media and hers is politicians. We're hitting it from all angles. And then we're both working on rally projects. So between all that, we should be getting somewhere soon.
I think so. I
And
really
and
have high
her all of
hopes.
her info is also going to be in Google Doc links too. I
We
think
have a
that's
tip
everything.
line if anyone wants to
Yes,
leave us any information. We got some cool stuff recently on there that I'm trying to piece together into something.
I know.
You can always call, you can send us text. The videos that you guys send to the tip line are very low quality. For some reason, the tip line does like I don't
All
I
right,
get
guys.
very low quality videos. But still send them over text video, leave a message at 720-515-1915.
Awesome. Sorry, I was reading another caption. Yes, and I love that you are helping with those tips because we get way so many DMs. So
Right.
Dylan sees
It's
them and passes them on for sure.
I have to weed through the stuff that we already know, but I appreciate everyone.
Yes, we appreciate everybody. So it was
Until
so fun
next
talking to you as
time.
always.
Oh,
Until next time.
always, always.
Mwah. Yep.
Mwah.
Heart on
Hard
the
on my
neck.
neck.
Nobody can see it, like
Yeah,
Britney
that.
said. All right, guys. See you next week.
Bye,
Bye.
man.